I'm Bryony Surgenson from the Parks Trust in Milton Keynes, and I help to bring the Green Exercise project to Milton Keynes.
So what is green exercise?
Green exercise is any informal activity that takes place outdoors that improves your fitness and well-being. I mean, people have been using parks and open spaces in the countryside to be fitter and healthier, well, for forever really. And the whole purpose of green exercise is to specifically work with people to promote it as a alternative to going to the gym.
And what's this project all about?
Well, this project is all about green exercise in Milton Keynes and getting people in Milton Keynes to use their local parks and open spaces to improve their fitness and well-being.
So how did we get to where we are now? How did the project come about?
That's a long story really, but basically it started off about 5 years ago. There was a growing interest sort of locally and nationally about using open spaces to improve people's fitness and well-being. The PCT had obviously heard of similar projects elsewhere and wanted to maybe introduce some of those activities in Milton Keynes and saw us as an ideal partner. And so we put a funding bid together, but we weren't successful. Probably about 18 months ago we submitted another revised bid to Natural England and we were successful, and that's how it came about.
Wow, so it sounds like it's been quite a journey.
Oh God, yes, it has been such a long journey, and one of those projects, although it's really dear to my heart, I've always wanted to see something like this happening in Milton Keynes. It just never felt that it would ever happen. And for it to actually now be up and running, it's just really, it's fantastic for Milton Keynes.
And so where do I fit in with all this?
Well, you're the key to the whole project. You're the person that is going to make all this happen.
I'm Julie Webb and I'm the Active Parks Coordinator at the Parks Trust, and I'm helping make the Green Exercise project happen.
Okay Julie, what have you done so far?
Well, the first few months have really been about meeting up with relevant people. It's also been about kind of building up initial projects. So there's 4 up and running at the moment. We've got some space to use at Bradwell Abbey, which is fantastic. So there's a gardening group that started up there with MK Mind mental health service users, which is happening weekly, so that's great. Another project that's just started is a kite flying group, which is at Campbell Park. Again, that's going to be weekly, and that's it's going to be opened up to anybody. And we've also got weekly sessions on a Friday with Echo learning disabled service users. So they spend their Fridays kind of walking around different parks in Milton Keynes and cleansing them, or doing different activities. For example, last week we did some apple picking, and next week we're going to do some acorn collecting. One of the other projects that we've got is a session at the Rowan Centre Children's Centre Garden, and that involves members of the local community coming along and really turning a kind of disused space into a nice community food growing area.
Okay, has it been easy?
It's been a couple of slight kind of problems in terms of having people on the steering group from the lead partners in the 3 coordinators from Natural England that have kind of come and gone. We're on to the 3rd now, so it would have been nice to have had a bit more continuity, but that can't be helped, and there has always been kind of someone to go to, but the kind of majority of interest has been in food growing, which is fantastic, but unfortunately finding some space to do food growing on has been really difficult. For the time being, we've got the area of Bradwell Abbey, which is really lovely, and also the Rowan Centre Garden to work on, so we do have some. I'm sure they'll kind of really flourish by the time it comes to next spring. And
how do you see the project working?
Well, there's a lot of enthusiasm for it at the moment. We've just actually had the official launch for the project. So there's so many people that are interested in green exercise and getting out in the fresh air and growing food and looking after their kind of local area. So I think it's going to work well. There's so much enthusiasm and it's got so much potential.
Okay, so what's next?
Well, I think the next step will really be developing the numbers of people that are coming along to the activities and making sure it's not just the kind of same people each week that are coming along. We hope to have 6 projects up and running by the end of the year, and there are quite a few other projects in the pipeline, so quite confident that will happen. But I think it is, establishing the projects and developing the numbers that are coming along, and also making sure that there are some lead volunteers coming through that are really interested and willing to take on the projects long term and lead the sessions.